Welcome to your midweek episode with the Maximum Blackness podcast. I am here with OG Smoke and Testa, and we are going to try to talk power for hours today, guys. I'm just playing, not for hours, but we're going to have a little power out here, all right? And we're going to go ahead and talk about Unique, I believe his name is.
Yeah, it's so much demographics where we can go in on that, on power, the scaling, the books, the different books, what you guys think about book one, book two, book three, book four, what you guys think about the last season of Force. It's just so much that we can just chime in on. Like I said last week, if you guys caught the podcast last week, and I know you're probably watching it now, then our boy is gone. And how do you feel about that, dude? I mean, for the day one fans like me, day one. I mean, Courtney Kip, day one. Not whoever writing this bullshit now. Day one. All right. So I feel like, man, there's a lot of fucked up writing going on right now. It's a lot of bullshit writing going on. I feel like it's a lot of new producers being brought on that's writing behind the scenes, and I can tell. I've been a loyal fan for this show ever since it first came out. So it's just like, damn, when you've been as highly invested in something and you see things are going, and you see how the characters dramatically change from the original script, you see things going on differently. It's just really a big powwow, guys. Just how do you guys feel about the loss of certain
Everyone
characters?
who don't know, tell them why he's no longer going to be with the show.
Well, I mean, for everyone who hasn't known or whoever, they killed this character off in episode 5. If you notice, by the character of his older brother. That kind of didn't sit right with me. I'll tell you another character that was in the beginning of the season of this Raising Kanan Power book that didn't sit right with me was Scrap. It's a lot of things, a lot of characters that I feel like they gotten rid of, and now they made the mistake of getting rid of, and they're trying to find a way back, like Ghost. But it's just a lot of different things, a lot of different demographics, a lot of different things. I just want to know what people think. What do you think is going? Do you guys think Ronnie is Breeze? Because I'm hearing a lot of this now coming up, theories coming up now. And for you guys that don't know, Breeze is the guy that literally raised Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy. So
That would make sense.
It's kind of hard to understand the demographic of where they're going with this, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's what the purpose of writing is, to throw you off your toes, to keep you at the edge of your seat, to not know what's going on.
They have too many spins for me. That's my problem with power. They're always doing something. It's one way for a second, and then the next thing you know, they trying to kiss. Every episode, somebody dies, and you just never know who that is. And it just might be your favorite character, just like Unique was your favorite character. Isn't he a rapper though? I was asking you what is his street name?
Yes, his real name is Joey Badass. And if you guys have never listened to his music, he's a great musician, a great artist, one of the best rappers ever to do it. And he also came in the game very credibility young. I'm talking about really young. And a lot of people don't know that. I don't see how. But he's still touring. He's still doing things behind the scenes. He's still making music. He's still doing things. And then what I also heard too, that he's also had been offered another script on another TV show. So I don't know if it's the demographic of being offered another TV show between him touring, or why they didn't want to make that work or let him work. But I feel like the guy is a hell of an actor. He showed you that he has the dynamic range. He worked very hard. I mean, for one, to be a rapper and to break in the acting scene like that takes a lot. That takes really a lot.
It does.
It takes really a lot.
Crossing over from rapping to acting.
And especially when you're popular, especially when you're in demand, especially when you're hot in the U.S. and overseas. So it's a lot, man. It's just a lot to take in.
Quite honestly, I'm not gonna say I was paying that much attention to the season, but when I first seen him in the show, I didn't really last season too. I really didn't see where he was, what the point of his character was, because I believe you were saying that they were trying to kill his character off for a while. I kept trying to connect, like, why is he in these scenes or not? And then he did help. He helped Rocky when she got shot or whatever. That was the only connection that I kind of made, that he was kind of useful in saving her. But I mean, his character don't really ain't no shatter to me, and it really don't matter to me, because I didn't understand his place in the show.
Unique,
I feel
unique
like if they
superpower.
just keep like they've been doing, just as long as it stay good, keep it coming. You
But it ain't
know,
always good. Sometimes they killing people that you
sometimes you
know
gotta
shouldn't
stop.
have gotten killed off. Like,
And guys, what do you think is the worst power book right now? Who has the worst book? Is it Force? Is it Raising Canaan? Is it the original Power Book 1? Is
it's
it
the
Tyreek?
original.
I mean, because you got the original 1, then you got Tyreek Power Book 2, then you got,
In my opinion, right now, the one with Tyreek with Mary J. That's the worst one to me.
That is
Yeah.
the worst.
Mary J. Blige. I love Mary as a singer, but she needs some acting classes. Her and what's the rap? Her and Miami. They need some acting.
But
classes.
supposedly they took acting classes while working on.
No. Mary can't still be acting like Mary if she took acting classes. The point of being the actor is that we're not supposed to know that you're acting, that you're the one acting. Okay.
Well, she really doesn't have to do too much acting being a drug dealer, though.
Okay, no, you still gotta put up.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
It's not like she has a hard demeanor at heart. We all know Mary's soft and loving. She ain't got no heart.
Mary's gonna always have a Mary swag.
All that. We all used to be in the streets when we was young. That don't make neither one of us no harder than the next. All of us used to run the streets. Mary ain't got no hard demeanor. She might be street smart and know how to navigate like most people do, but she ain't hard.
Okay,
she do need
well,
some
let me
acting
ask you this:
classes.
what character do you feel like is carrying that Power Book 2?
None of them are. I don't like none of them characters in Power Book.
None of that.
You know what? That's a lie. I'm gonna give it to the boy from Jacksonville, Florida. What's his Kane? He the only one that I'm gonna
Thank you.
Playing
Thank
his
you.
motherfucking part, but I don't like his character.
Shout out.
The show is still trash to me, quite honestly. But I do like it is a strong black show for the most part. I do love that.
Tell them how you feel, baby. Keep telling them how you feel.
I always tell you how I feel. That's why this podcast got started, because I love writing, and one thing else I can do is talk shit. So I'm gonna sit up here and talk my shit. That's exactly what we finna talk powers for hours today. What I just said, we finna talk power for hours today.
I really believe that. I think Kanan is one of the ones that's carrying that show. For some reason, I don't know what it is. When I look at book 1 and I look at book 2 and I look at Force and I look at Raising Kanan. Excuse me, guys. It just feels like it feels like Power Book 2 is just thrown together. It feels like Raising Kanan has the most substance because it's taking a time to go through the 90s. They're actually preparing everything. They're keeping everything realistic to the times.
Yeah, Kanan is pretty good.
It's very, very difficult to say where it's going, but I agree with you guys. Power Book 2, it has to probably be the worst book of power right now. So it's crazy, it's ridiculous, and I hope they bring it next season. Because we don't know what Tyreek is gonna do. We don't know what Braden's gonna do. We know their backs against the wall. We don't even know what city they're going, where they're going to start, where they're going to hang, where they're going to do anything, or what the case may be. So I feel like we can't just speak all about Power Book 2 because there's a lot of surprises coming in. But most definitely, for the most part, if I had to vote the worst Power Book, it would be that.
Quite honestly, it's hard to put them in order. It's hard to even go. That might be the worst, but it's hard to even say which one is the top one, because Tommy was really interesting at first, but I feel like they messing all over that too, and I don't really like the fact that they're incorporating. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway,
any more can they put out and it not become
acting and better writing?
Please, Courtney Kemp, please take this shit back over. I know you probably been.
Kanan might be the most interesting. Raising Kanan, and then you got Tyreek is last, because I might get them mixed up. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with Kanan. We're gonna say that he would be.
How many more shows and books can they make before it becomes boring?
Marvel make. Marvel has a whole universe. We got a whole universe of power now.
Right.
Yeah, I see.
It would never, because it will always be spin-offs from other different characters now, because of the universe is always the same. It's just different timing.
Yep, it's just different time, and they can keep spinning off. Oh, but it's BMF. So BMF isn't a part of the
No,
power, okay?
no.
Because you
Do
see,
not.
I really
No,
want
no,
to
no,
rank
no,
them in there
no.
because, like, honestly, their show is
BMF,
better than Power. I
BMF,
want
BMF
Whoa.
is a
BMF
whole
is
entity on its
definitely,
own.
but it's
Whoa.
still from 50 Cent, right?
It is 50 Cent directing that. Yes,
Okay,
and put
so
that together, right?
So
okay, so
still.
put them all in there together, but still,
No,
I'm
no, no.
sorry.
Boom.
I'm sorry.
It's
BMF,
not.
I
It's
would watch
not
BMF
affiliated
over
with
any of the
anything of
Power. Right now, BMF will wipe out all those Power shows right
Tell
now.
them how you feel.
Okay, now let me ask you guys this: who do you guys feel like is carrying the BMF series?
So they all do their thing in BMF. That's the whole thing. And BMF, they all carry that show. That's why that show, I can't really complain about it. Like,
Good.
yeah, I might talk shit about
Good
my
answer.
morals about it, but everybody in the BMF show is doing their thing, from the dad, even everybody to get cracking jokes on the dad and his lazy and his, all that shit he got going on. The mama playing her part, the two brothers playing their parts, even the friends, like I believe they just sent they sent one of their friends away before.
Lil Zane got killed in the last
Everybody's
season.
playing their part on BMF, so I really don't have any complaints about BMF. Like, that's a really good fucking show. Like, everybody's killing like that. Like,
Right.
You finna make me want to
rock with BMF.
We've been watching like Snowfall and all that because Power is not doing what they were doing when they first
at the beginning. Yeah, and see, I'm a Power for the beginning. I like Power at the beginning. I like Power before it became so.
Thank you.
Branched off. Like I'm big on the beginning of Power.
This is why sequels and stuff be so bad most of the time, and a lot of them don't work because when you start all that spinning off in this right, you messing up storylines and stuff. Now you got to create stuff where there was no wonder or answers to in the first place. But I understand BMF and Power is different, but I would still watch BMF over all those Powers right now. And if I gotta choose a number one Power show, I'm gonna go with Raising Kanan at the moment, and then I will put Tommy second. And that's what it is.
What it is.
That's good.
Because I've been paying attention, but I ain't like no loyal Power fan. I ain't got to watch it every week, but I do pay attention because it is watched.
I am a loyal Power fan. I've been with this for the beginning, even when I was when nobody started watching it. I was always advertising. I was always telling them, watch this. This is gonna be the best show. And I knew, and because the person that made Power what it is today, and we got to give him his flowers and respect, is Amari Hardwick. It is Amari Hardwick.
He made that show.
It is Amari Hardwick. He carried that. He put it together, and he also gave you the spark of everybody that is what they is now.
He played his part.
Now, I love Power Book 1.
He's so damn sexy. I'm so sorry. I forgot. That's why he's so damn sexy.
We gonna shut off. We got to shoot off the works on that one.
I'm single, Amari. Okay, I'm so single.
That's the guy to sound.
But I'm single. Okay.
Off to Tesla.
I'm serious. I had to put my choices. First Power was always gonna be all time great. It's nobody that can touch the acting, the atmosphere that first book being put together. It was really special. To me, what falls after place after that would be as far as Kanan and Tommy and everybody else of that nature. But we talking about BMF now. When you go to BMF, that's a whole different beast. Lil Meech has been killing it, man. He's been on this shit. He's been breaking it. All the actors, as you guys would say, has been breaking it. And then another thing too, what I noticed, if you notice in BMF and Raising Kanan, is seasoned actors. It's really seasoned actors on the script of this show. When I look at Power Book 2, Tariq, and they're not seasoned. It's not all seasoned. It's a lot of less seasoned actors on that show. That show has the least amount of seasoned actors on that fucking show. To me, that's to me. If I'm wrong, somebody please comment in the opinion, please.
Amount of actors on that show.
No, it has the least amount of considerable actors that's been acting for a long time, that has a resume that that they bring it every time on screen. It's more of a new cast of actors on that Power Book too.
Sometimes fresh faces.
Yeah.
On the scene, this is what's coming to.
Yeah, but none of that matters. Once again, if you're gonna have trashy bullshit writing, okay?
But
That
those
energy gotta remain the same.
don't give your trashy bullshit writing to our good actors. Give it to the ones that's still working out the mud and getting it. You know, because what they're supposed to do. If you got bad actors, I mean, if you have bad writers, the actor's supposed to be the ones that take it and turn it into the voila on the screen.
Right.
Because I understand the writing is bad, but that's what you got. So as an actor, you got to take what's given to you,
right,
and you got to turn it into what it is. You got to make it seem. You got to make the writers believe they can write their own shit.
How can I turn something into something? Give me 3 episodes.
That goes back to your acting.
You trying to kill me off.
That goes back to your acting, because you can have one character come in on a one seasonal show on 1 or 2 episodes, and he will be the one that you remember out of all the seasonal people on that show. I get it's all about your acting and how good you are. Pretty much was like, because a lot of them got to go to school to learn how to act better. So if you doing your schooling and you doing what you're supposed to do, then you can take 1 5-minute role and turn it into something that people going to remember, or that one thing that people go back to that episode and watch forever. That's all about you at the end of the day. Right. That's how, at least that's my opinion. Because I know at the end of the day, my job is about my how much I'm going to, like, what I'm going to do when I go to work, pretty much. Like, how am I going to take these calls and make my sales? I have to make sure I get these ends meets out of this sales. Like, I have to take my job and make it miraculous, because they're not going to give it to me.
Yep. Because your first appearance is everything. You don't get a second time. You get one time to make your sale, and that's it.
We may not call you back. You got a character that's a guest role, and we may not call you back for it again. We might choose to write them in on somebody else. And they will do that.
Man, you guys comment that's listening. Comment where you guys think the Power Books is going. All the way from Tariq, all the way to Tommy and Raising Canaan. We want to know theories are really accepted. We're really just trying to get a good script of what the possibilities and what people may bring.
I will say they need to stop doing all that screwing on the screen. I'm sick of Power and all that. We can't have one episode without somebody on the scene.
I feel like that's natural TV's agenda.
Natural TV, nothing. Power be overdoing it.
Every show you watch now, whether it's adult MMA, it's like it's always something going on.
Power be overdoing it, I swear. But they got to keep y'all engaged. I understand. They got to keep y'all engaged. And that's one of the ways. Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does.
They really don't to me, because they still censor every scene, every sex scene. They don't really show you all the sex. They don't show you the sex scenes, really.
It don't matter. A man get a hard on just from the look of almost having it, almost touching it, almost, it ain't even about the full throttle.
Not no goddamn TV show. Trust me.
Yes.
Power for hours. Y'all comment below and tell us what y'all think on those sex scenes in Power, and let us know if it's too much for you, or if you think it's just right, or if it's too little. Some of y'all might want them to pump it up. I think they should pump it down. But one other issue I got with Power, Tariq, Effie, isn't she now dating Kane?
Yes, she is.
So Tariq, he has enemies in his own camp, because Kane and him, they like frenemies.
Tariq has no one but Braden at this point. It's just him and Braden, just like Ghost and Tommy.
Burnt all his bridges, I say.
His back is against the wall. Everybody's out against him.
Kind of both ways. Burnt bridges, and people be hating on Tariq, man.
Yeah. Tariq definitely got haters.
Tariq got haters. People be hating, trying to throw wrenches in this man's game.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Tariq love goes, and he definitely be doing his thing, but I just feel like I'm happy if him and Brayton on his own now, because Kane, he wasn't a good look, and Effie, she definitely tried to hold him down, but he wasn't. Kane is not a good look. Kane be threatening them. Kane be bullying them.
What you mean a good look?
He wasn't a good look for them to be together, because he really don't like Tariq. So therefore, if you really don't like me, I don't really want you in my camp. I feel because
listen. You ain't gotta like a nigga to make money with a nigga.
No, you don't. But at the end of the day, if I don't have to deal with you, I won't. And I'd rather not deal with you.
That's all that was.
Keep your
now you gave me the reason to light your ass.
And now look at Kane. I got your girl, and I got your girl now. And I don't know what else Kane took at this point, because I don't think I watched the last.
I mean, in the streets, you supposed to keep your enemies closer or far away. I mean, that's truly what it boils down to.
They say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. I understand. I get it. But I'm just saying,
Cause
if they
then I'm
don't,
gonna know your every move, baby.
all
I'm gonna
I'm
have.
saying is, I'm happy they was able to make money together. But if they don't broke off and went their own ways, I feel like that's for the better. Because Kane, I feel like he itching to do something to Tyreek. He itching to throw him up under the bus. Like he's just not a good look to be around Tyreek. Because he's at the end of the day, him Effie gonna get him messed up. And Effie
His
actually tried
last
to
straw,
save him.
his last straw with Tyreek was when he tried to fuck Effie over. That's what his last straw with Tyreek was.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He did. She went into the. I remember that.
But at the same time, if everybody really just sat the fuck down, because he kept telling, I got a plan, but people act on what they're gonna act upon themselves, whether they can trust you or not, and that's what it really showed, and that's what kind of repeated from Power Book 1. That's the only thing I can say that kind of constantly repeated from Power Book 1. Everybody was trying to make a plan. Ghost tell everybody, sit tight. I got this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But in the midst of doing that and not let you know how he's moving, that's where the problem came in. That's when people started hating him. That's when people couldn't see how much he loved people, certain people, and was trying to take care of people from a distance at the same time. But that's neither here nor there. And that's going to go back to me saying that's when the trash writing took over. Because I'm not finna sit here and really get into that, because everybody that knows from day one, a power fan from day one.
Oh, you're really telling it like it is.
It is, and everybody knows that, and even I think Omari Hardwick knows that. But where are we headed with this series? That's what I want to know, guys. That's the conversation. Where are we headed with this series?
More spinoffs.
What do you guys think? As far as who do you think is going to get a spinoff?
That could be.
Who do you think is going to get a spinoff?
It could be anybody with them. I'm not saying somebody in particular, because it could be anybody with them. We got Tommy. We got Tyreek. We got that's for spinoffs for Power originally. So even if they don't do spinoffs, it's a Powerverse. They could open up a whole new story. But if you're talking about the stories now, I feel like it's a few people. They could turn around and give a surprise to that girl on Tyreek's show. What's the girl that Mary J. Blige's daughter? What's her name? Neffy? I don't know her name. Anyway, they might give her a spinoff. They might give Kane a spin. They might give Kane a spinoff. Kane do deserve a spinoff more than anybody. Kane deserve a spinoff. Motherfucking if old boy with the barbershop and with Tommy, he might deserve, him and his brother might deserve a spinoff. Even the Spanish people, if Mariah don't get her behind cue, they send her away. She might get a spinoff. You never know. They might bring Tasha back with a spinoff.
That's the theories. I'm just asking. We're getting people on that. Now that's
a lot of different spinoffs they could do, because they have.
But even if they have a spinoff, they wouldn't be. You see, it takes a very important character to have a spinoff, right? Let's get that established. It takes a very important character to have a spinoff, and it has to be a character that has pulled the people. Nobody wants to see certain characters have a spinoff that doesn't even fucking matter.
That is true.
Or nobody's even checking for it. So it's like, at the same time, who possibly can you feel like can honestly get their own spinoff?
As I said, that could go many ways. So I don't know. I'll just wait and see who get. They could be bringing them all together at the same time too, just to start killing them off and end the universe at the same time. We never know which way they're gonna take it. That's why it's called what it is, the Power Book. Or what we're calling it, the Power Universe. They could do it.
I think if he's smart, at some point these books gotta stop, because he's just a waste of money at some point.
I mean, if it gets really dumb and there's no use of it, then I can see that. But as long as if he's making jobs for people, period, but even more employing a lot of black people and keeping us productive and making his empire with it, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
No, he can keep on forever.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because he might get tired and stop one day, but he might just let somebody buy it from up on them and let them do what they want to do with it too.
They might have a different mindset
at some point, people are going to start making their own different versions of. That's what happens after something good come out. After so long, somebody else make their own spin-off version to it or whatever twist to it and do their own thing.
Yeah.
I feel like Power has opened doors for a lot of people, a lot of black people. 50 Cent has done a great thing. And I am interested in, seeing more. So I will be watching here and there as I do now. So I can at least keep up and know what I know now and keep up with the nose.
With
But do
the
you guys want to
no,
riddle before
no.
we head out today?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get you guys a riddle. Just because it's fun. We
A
talk
riddle
powers
for
for
your
power.
fiddle.
I get that from Nicki Minaj.
Hmm.
She said it in one of her songs. All right. Let's see. We want to do a riddle about black things. The king of the jungle, rare as gold, black as night, in light not there, and night not seen. Goes in water, goes in trees, goes in caves, goes on the ground, claws of knives, teeth of swords, the roar of death, but silent as a mouse. What is it?
The fuck was that? You got to repeat all that. You did too much, man.
Okay, let me slow it down. The king of the jungle, rare as gold, black as night, in light not there, and night not seen, goes in water, goes on trees, goes in caves, goes on the ground, claws of knives, teeth of swords, the roar of death, but silent as a mouse. As a mouse.
Bat.
What is it? Wrong. That's a little
Well,
bat. King of the jungle is a bat.
oh,
Mm-mm.
And it's black, so it's not. You got to think of black
It
things.
got to be a silverback gorilla.
No, that's a good guess, but no.
That's everything you described. The only thing that just threw it off a little bit is the nails a little bit. You said nails or what?
Let me go back to the nails. Yes, it says claws of knives,
Claws of
teeth
knives.
of
That's the only
swords,
thing that threw it
the
off.
roar of death, but silent as a mouse. Do y'all give up?
some motherfuckers who can't see this face.
All right. I'm not editing that out either. You freestyle.
That's fine.
I'll edit it out. Anyway,
No,
the
no,
answer.
no. Don't edit it out.
What's the answer? You got a guess?
Hunchback in Notre Dame.
Girl, bye. I'm done. You guessing one more time, or Jill? You done?
You said the
King
king
of
of
the
the
jungle.
jungle.
King
And
of
it's
the
black.
jungle. Yes, it's black. It's rare as gold, black as night, in light not there, and night not seen.
And
Yeah,
they
you
supposed to
said
be about
light
black
there,
people.
Yep, in light not there.
which means they either sleep or they
It's a
do
bat.
sleep.
Bats, you don't see them.
Nope, it's not a bat.
No.
I'm close.
That ain't never considered the king of the jungle. There's only two animals.
And a bat
considered
does
king
not.
of
I
the
don't think
king
bats
of the
play on the
jungle.
ground.
There's
either.
only
Monkey?
one animal considered the king of the jungle to be black, and I just named it to you. So
No.
what
Your
the fuck?
answer wrong. Mm-mm.
It's a Black Panther, guys.
That's not what? No,
Yes,
you
you're
fired.
right.
You
Don't
fired.
what?
Fired.
That was
Fire.
the original, not me. Shit,
Fired.
Dang.
Fired.
I'm done.
Panther is not considered the king of the jungle in no way, shape, or form.
Well, that's what the riddle
When
said.
you say king of the jungle, you think of lion or silver
And it
gorilla.
was black,
That's
so
okay.
we went with it.
Good
even though
job.
Black. We talked power for almost an hour, and I'm very, very happy if you guys are liking and commenting and listening to us. We would really appreciate if you smash that like button.
Boom.
And we hope you enjoyed our midweek conversation, which was really a power powwow. And we're going to go ahead and head on out the door. Do my co-hosts have anything to say?
Love
Have a
your
safe
chicken
week.
grease and protect your spirits because it's up.
And I want y'all to stay max to the black. We'll see y'all on Friday.
Boom, boom.